I admire your luck, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Who is the lucky brunette?
Last name Beeswax, first name Nunia.
Oh, my third wife is biracial.
It's simple, really. First we...
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss.
It's the Al Travis Show. We've got her, none other than Shannon Watson. She's the gal who started the whole thing. Majority in the Middle, majoritymiddle.com. I told the world I was going to put you on blast, I think the kids call it. You must tell me the winners and losers. I throw out from the Republican side, who I had, and when they start hedging their bets is what I call it, by the way, hedging their bets. We're only 1/6 of the whole thing, so it's not on us. They were hedging that for weeks. No new taxes was pledged by Speaker Namath.
Yeah.
They're going to get rid of the unemployment insurance thingy that happens for hourly waged workers at schools. You would get unemployment in the off season. Then it was the Minnesota Care kind of thing we've already kind of talked about. And then data centers. I didn't even know I had an issue on data centers. Sounded like data centers wanted to come here. Sounded like government wanted data centers. Okay, let the data centers come. That is too easy. So those are the four kind of big hang-ups.
Yeah.
When you look at this, who won, who lost?
That's a really hard question to answer.
I know.
So the unemployment for hourly school workers, there's some disagreement on, whether people who take a job that, exists September
for 9 months,
should be surprised when they don't have a job in July. So there's the thing that the challenge with that was to make it really, really expensive for the school districts. A lot of things that happened in the last biennium, for right or wrong, became very expensive for school districts that had some unintended consequences, maybe might we say.
See, I think they're intended.
Unknown.
You say that I think it's intended because there's two things are going to happen. School districts are going to do like they do with teachers. I hire you on as a school bus driver. It's a full year gig, but we really work for 9 months, and you can either take your checks for 12 like teachers, or you can decide to have your 12 months check.
Well, that's the difference.
Or you get a 9.
Teachers are on salary, and hourly school workers, like the bus drivers, they get paid for the hours that they work. So they're not necessarily.
But are you saying they can't do the math and hire you as a full-time employee that works 30 hours a week, whatever that would be? They would got around it. But here's my point. So now, if this is why it gets convoluted, who wins, who loses.
Right.
So the Republicans say, well, we got rid of that. And they're saying, we got rid of that. Well, you did in 2 years, and because they're going to let them time to get it this year, and then they're going to get it next year. And all you've really done is decided, we'll let the ballot box win, right? Because if the Republicans get it, the majority can run things, then they can get rid of it or let it go. The Democrats get it, they put it right back in. We kicked a can. And the Republicans are running a victory lap.
Very, very little public policy is ever, set for life. It's just, what can you get done? And then what can you convince the voters that they need to keep paying for or not? So very, very few, this is, you're never going to change the world forever.
Let me throw another one for you. No new taxes. We're not having new taxes. Now, Bush screwed that up for everybody. We'll make it whatever. I got it. But here's the problem. They did raise taxes. They raised it on cannabis. Back to being brilliant people. I give them street credit for this. Yeah. I don't care. I could care less if the cannabis guys are going to be taxed out of existence. Now, that being said,
yes,
they kind of broke their word, but when someone complains, oh, you're on marijuana, aren't you, buddy? Yeah. I mean, it's an argument you can win.
That was the thing. It's not a new tax. It's an adjustment to a current tax because the current tax is 10%. And yes, I'm just, see, this is the thing it's easy for me to thread the needle because I also know how to play the game.
But but it is the game. And that's what drives me absolutely bonkers on all this.
Same.
Okay. You don't want teachers, the substitutes to get the money in the summer.
Yeah.
Well, then just stand up and do that. And then we'll see where we go. But no, we'll give it 2 years, see what the voters say. It's just this mushiness that everyone's going away saying they won. Democrats won. They did this thing.
Well,
they did it.
Thing, because when you talk about a budget that's in the billions of dollars and, thousands of pages of laws, I mean, that's what kind of makes my job easy. There's something to like for everybody. There's something to dislike for everybody. And so it's just what you decide to focus on.
Okay. I'm going to throw out the one exception to what you just said.
Okay.
Because you are going to have to work your tail off to convince me, Al Travis, out here in the middle of no place, Minnesota, should be putting any money towards e-bikes. The e-bike people, and I don't know who their legislative lobbyists are. I don't know. Bravo to you. We have no money. We have to cut all this stuff that matters. And somehow you got the same amount of money for e-bikes. However, we'll try to lean it toward more poor people and the disabled. Now, if disabled need an e-bike, go buy one. It's like a wheelchair in my book. You need one. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But everything after that, I got to. You tell me poor folks have $1,500 to buy an e-bike as long as you can wait for the whole year to get your rebate check back? Go ahead, Shannon. Polish this turd and tell me how I'm wrong. Congratulations, e-bike people. You got masterful people in charge.
Yeah. I look at e-bikes and transit. And actually, this is the way I used to pitch transit when I was an advocate, when I was a paid advocate for it. I still think transit is important. But the way I would tell people is, like, I used to commute between Minneapolis and St. Paul, and I would ride the train. Mm-hmm. And the reason that people who didn't want to ride the train should still fund the train is because I, Shannon Watson, drive the speed limit
you drive
in
people
the
down.
left lane. If you would
I'm
like
paying
me
to get you off the road.
to be in front of you as you are driving, then you should defund my train. If you would like me the heck out of your way, make that an opportunity for me to ride a train. And so it's just sort of the same kind of thing with e-bikes. If it's one less person in a car, it's one less person ahead of me.
That is such a hard sell, but nicely done. I remember being 15 and a half. And I worked forever at Johnson Super Value to get enough money to buy an old 1973 lime green Volvo. It was not a chick magazine. It was just a car. Because I had it 6 months before I could actually drive the thing. I got a good deal and I was polishing it up.
You had to fix it.
Begging to get to drive instead of riding my bike to Johnson Super Value and becoming an adult.
Yes.
I stopped riding bikes. Bikes are for children. Stop it. We don't need electric bikes. I live by this code. They invented the car to get us past this. You don't see people jumping on horses going back and saying, it'd be even better for the planet if I just rode a horse to work. No one's doing that stuff. Get in a car and go to work.
Motorcycles?
Oh, that's cool. That's got an engine. I like that. But
don't ask me.
Don't ask me to buy you one is the difference. Don't go get your motorcycle. I'm sorry. The only people who won in 66 billion are those guys. I don't think they even cut the amount of money down. We'll just massage it around. Good for them. I don't know who they are. Find out who they are. We should hire them. Yeah, like a marketing company.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Thank you. Now, real quickly, tell me what it is when you go to Majority in the Middle, majoritymiddle.com. What is the state of bipartisanship? Is it done? And what will I get out of it when I read it?
It is not done. It will be done in ideal. And you know what's funny about the legislature blowing its own deadlines? I honestly have blown one of my own. So I feel I have sympathy. I have empathy for that. So the idea is for it to be released publicly. I'm going to say this on the radio, so now I have to do it on the 23rd of June.
Okay.
So it is an analysis of what bills got heard and how legislators partnered, not necessarily on the merit of any bills, but just sort of in the aggregate, how they did share in some power on bills.
Okay. And you have empathy for them. The only person you do not have empathy for is me. I think you can't understand
that is not
how
true.
I hold
have a lot of empathy.
You feel sorry that I have no ability to see the other side. That's what you do. Shannon, I got to fly. Appreciate you being here. I really do. Thank you. And nice job this year. I loved having you on Talking Politics. I really do.
Good to see you, friend.
Shannon Watson, Majority in the Middle on the Al Travis Show.